Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. In the previous episode, we discussed what I wanted to do with the Calgary Flames, and I think this team's in a very interesting spot. Unlike Minnesota and Columbus, my last two franchise modes, Columbus definitely was a rebuilding team. We know what we were going to do. Minnesota, yeah, also a rebuilding team. Calgary has star talent. Johnny Gaudreau, Matthew Tkachuk, Sean Monahan, Mark Giordano. We have talent on this team. We do. That's a fact. But when you start to look at the depth, we get weak very quickly. This team could either be a bottom 10 team or a playoff team. At this point in time, I'm not too sure. But at the end of the last episode, I did discuss, or I stated, it wasn't really a question to you guys, I stated that we will be turning off CPU trades during Season 1. Just up until the draft, I want to see what this, or what every roster is capable of. It's kind of like a repeat of the actual NHL season if there wasn't a pandemic going on. I want to see what Calgary is capable of. Because if I was doing this franchise mode on my own time, I would blow this team up immediately. But I think we have the pieces to compete right now. And speaking of pieces, let's go ahead and talk about the 2019-2020 Calgary Flames. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Our depth gets a little very weak very quickly. Right at the second line, Sam Bennett got the call up to the second line. I'm like, you know what? Former 4th overall pick. He has a decent shot. Might as well give him some second line time. Maybe he can grow. He's 23. He's 79 overall and a low top 6 potential. He has the ability to grow. Next to Michael Backlund and Matthew Tkachuk. I think in a few years' time, Matthew Tkachuk's going to be a first liner, but for right now, I want to keep this line as it is because you could go Derek Ryan right there, but I want to keep the pluses as it is. You could go Michael Backlund down there, get the +3 on all top lines, but this is what I'm working with right now. I'm not going to dip my hand into free agency. I'm going to go with what we have right now, and we're going to simulate the entire season today, which is very, very fun. So obviously you have Johnny Gaudreau, Johnny Hockey. I used him in Columbus there for a little bit. Actually won a Conn Smythe in my first franchise mode in NHL 20. He had 99 points last season. This year IRL, I think he was doing solid. Calgary made the 2014 playoffs. Are they going to win a Stanley Cup? I'm not sure. Anybody at this point could win a Stanley Cup in that format, but in this simulation, I'm not sure this team, it depends. This team might be great. This team might be awful, but I'm here for it either way. So this first line should be capable of good things. Sean Monahan obviously is a perennial 27 goal scorer, 30 goal scorer on this team. 20, 31, 27, 27, 31, 34. He's a good goal scorer for the Calgary Flames. And then you have Elias Lindholm, who came over in the Dougie Hamilton trade, alongside Noah Hanifin. 78 points last year. I'm expecting good things from him. 24 years of age, top 6 potential, and he's on a really good contract for the foreseeable future. So that first line should do good things. Second line, we already discussed. Matthew Tkachuk is going to be the man in no time flat. He's a power forward right now. We might change that up. Depends, but for right now, I want him to wreck some teams up. Third line, it gets a little weak very quickly. I know in all my franchise modes, I don't like having a weak bottom 6, but this is what we're working with right now. Derek Ryan, 32 years of age, picked him up in free agency, $3 million for the next 2 years. I guess we're gonna have to deal with that at least until the draft. I don't hate him as a center, but I want to see how he simulates. You got Tobias Reeder, and then you got Austin Kazurnik. Fourth line, you have Mark Jankowski, Milan Lucic in that contract. The moment I have the ability to move that, we're going to do it. Because if we want to make a splash in free agency next year, depends where we're at, that contract has to go. And then you also have Andrew Mangiapane, or Mangiapane, whatever you want to call him. So this offense could be worse. It also could be a lot better if I made moves right now, but as I stated, no CPU trades or trades of my own the entire regular season. And as I said last episode, defense is just great. There's no problems whatsoever. +1, and a 0 line chemistry. I think their overalls fix all the problems we have, or the majority of the problems we have on offense. This defense is going to make up. Mark Giordano, the current captain of the Calgary Flames, I don't plan on trading that contract at least until the last year, or maybe next year if he takes a drop. Maybe he sticks out as captain, but depends. If we need to pick up a free agent, if there's like a mega player out there in free agency, he's going to be one of those contracts to go. I want to assess this team in year one, deal with it at the draft, and then go from there, because we might be a great team next year. It's only going to take 2 or 3 moves to make this team very competitive. And as I said I said a lot of things last episode, but I think I understated how good Noah Hannafin's going to be. IRL and in this game. He's got a medium elite potential. He's already top 4 defenseman. He's getting that first line time. Former, 5th overall pick. He is going to be our cornerstone for the foreseeable future. Depends if we get a D-man this year, next year, depends what it looks like. But for right now, out of all the defensemen we have, I have the most hope for him. Second pairing, you got TJ Brody, Rasmus Anderson, who I decided to call up here onto the second pairing because I want to see if he can grow. He'll be 23 here really soon. He's making a boatload of money for the foreseeable future. And he's 81 overall. I like to be very diligent with my contracts early in a franchise mode, or it could handicap us terribly. So 81 overall, I want to see if he can increase in that department. So I'm hoping for big things. You got Travis Hamonic and Eric Gustafsson. They got Eric Gustafsson from Chicago at the trade deadline. He is on the third pairing. You might be like, but why is he on the third pairing? Well, he's getting power play time. He's getting plenty of time. I wouldn't be too worried about that. So this defense should make up for a lot of our deficits on offense. Let's go ahead and check special teams real quick. Power play, they're looking great. I'm not too worried about that. I might maybe Gustafsson up here on that. I'll go Gustafsson up there. He's a workhorse. He had a great season last year. 60 points with Chicago. Great season for him. 4-man power play. There's no pluses here, but their overall should work either way. We might even have to change up the coach next year, but for right now, I think our coach helps us, especially since we're lacking on offense. That's going to be a question for this season as well. Sean Monahan, Sam Bennett, Jankowski, Backlund, easily. Penalty kills also looking really solid. Not really worried about that. Extra lines, gorgeous. Yep. 3-on-3 is still looking great. Extra attacker, Johnny Gaudreau, Sean Monahan, cornerstones of this franchise right now. Shootout, wouldn't want to mess with us, especially Johnny Gaudreau. And our goaltending, now there wasn't really any questions in the goaltending department. David Rittich. Sure. I really like him IRL. I think he's a solid goaltender. Didn't have the best stats last season, but I think right now, in Calgary's organization, he's their best bet. Cam Talbot, I've said my piece on him. I wish he would still be in Edmonton and be a top-tier goaltender, but they have Mikko Koskinen, so I wouldn't worry too much. How much is he making right now? 2.75 for the next year. How about Rittich? Okay, not too bad of a contract. Our scratch players, you got Zach Ronaldo, Michael Stone, and Byron Fraze. So our team, as I said before, I think our team is definitely capable of winning some games this year. Or I wouldn't be sad if we didn't make the playoffs and we tank year one. It's up in the air right now, but let's go ahead and check the AHL. There's only a few Notable prospects. Dylan Dubé is playing in the AHL right now, getting plenty of time. I kept him out of the NHL. Didn't think he was ready at this current time. I think 1 year in the AHL is going to do him good. Next, Quinn and Robinson, I think they should do great. It's getting lots of time. Ruzicka, whatever you want to call him. Matthew Phillips and Gaudin are best forward prospects right now. Defense, Juuso Välimäki didn't get the start in the NHL. I think 1 year here in the AHL should do him really good. Oliver Shillington, that pairing should be really solid. He'll be a good defenseman for us. Forbot, Nielsen, Valiev, and Yilisen. So I'm not gonna show you the special teams. I'm not really worried about that. John Gillies, and then you got Tyler Parsons. We have a good goaltending. What would you call that? Good depth goaltending for the future. Tyler Parsons, John Gillies, they can definitely step up if Cam Talbot isn't that guy. And then we have a bunch of scratch players that will never make the cut, so I'm too bad about that. But you know what? We're here, and we are going to simulate year one. Let's just go ahead, jump into the regular season. I won't be surprised either way how we simulate. I'm just here for the ride. I want to see what this team is capable of. Preseason is what it is. Are teams making trades right now? Or are they offering us trades? I gotta make sure. I did just turn off CPU trades, so I gotta make sure. Hold on. Oh my god, please. Oh, tell me I haven't made a mistake so early. Okay, settings. Would it be in rules? I think it's in rules. CPU trades. Please tell me they're off. CPU trades are off, so we are good to go. Good. So they're just going to offer us trades. We'll just deny all of them because I feel like it. And we made a promise not to make any trades. I want to see what this team is capable of. Calgary. The Calgary Flames. I'm excited. I want to get these guys back to the Stanley Cup Finals. As I said not too long ago, Calgary's had a weird history so far. I mean, they won their Stanley Cup, 14 years without a playoff series win. Weird franchise, but it's not like they have a lack of talent. Mika Kiprasov, Lanny McDonald, Jerome McGinley, who was just inducted into the Hall of Fame. Easily a Hall of Famer. Like, if you question Jerome McGinley in the Hall of Fame, like, what are you on? Like, you can't. You don't. He's 600 goals. 625 goals in his career? Nah, no question. The real question is, am I going to get a guy in this franchise mode that is going to surpass him in the upper stadium or echelon, would you say? I'm not too sure. Of Calgary Flames in history, because we have our Jeffrey Woodworth in Columbus. We had our Alexei Petrangelov in Minnesota. Who's going to take that step? Not too sure. We are just over 500, 6-5. Lose to Florida, now we're 6-6. Matthew Tkachuk wants to talk to me. Hey, 15 minutes a night, let's persuade. I don't want you to get mad at us. And you're mad. Too bad, so sad. You're going to get over it. Too bad. You're a second liner, you're getting power play time. You should be fine. Get over it. And now my house decides to make sounds. Lovely, 7-6-0. Let's get through this month. Win and okay, 3 wins to end the month. 9-6-0. I believe that we're out of a playoff spot right now as it is. Second in the division. So the Pacific has been really sloppy so far. Really sloppy. Edmonton hasn't been much better. Sean Monahan has had a great season so far. We'll check back on the stats in a month. But let's go ahead, simulate November, then reassess this team because there's nothing we can really do. We can make line changes. That's all we can really do. But for right now, let's just go ahead, keep simming, see what this team is all about. I hope the AHL squad does good. I'm counting on it because I want our prospects down there to grow. Obviously, Tyler Parsons, and then you got Dustin Wolf in the WHL. I want those goaltenders to grow quickly. Adam Ruzicka, no. One of our bigger prospects is hurt in Stockton. Cool. I forgot that was their AHL squad. So November 17th, head coach replaces player. I will bring him back when it is necessary. 13-7 and 0. This is a weak division, and we're still second. It is very capable of us playing just above 500 to get into a playoff spot. And I think we can do damage from there. I mean, our offense might falter in the postseason, but I think just getting there, it would be good. But I also am okay if we don't play well. I'd love a top pick and a chance at Alexis Lafreniere. But that's just me. That's all I'm saying. And then we go on a 2-game winning streak, make that 3. Come on, make it 4. No, 3 in a row. Too bad. 1-0 shootout loss. Come on, guys. Don't lose in the shootout. That isn't even real hockey. What are you doing? Let's get to the end of the month. 16-10 and 2. Can we get win number 17? We do. 4-3 shootout win against the Ottawa Senators. So not the worst month. 17-10 and 2. What are we in our division so far? First place in the Pacific. So the Pacific is very weak. You know that the Central will be getting both the wild card spots. Yeah, that's probably a definite at this point. So let's go ahead, check out the stats. Sean Monahan has taken a bit of a step back, but he's had a great season so far. I expect my big guys to show up. Johnny Gaudreau could be doing better. That's kind of the guy that is going to be our top scoring guy for the foreseeable future. 10 goals, though. He is producing. Matthew Tkachuk's having a great season. That's very good after complaining about ice time. Appreciate him stepping up. Sean Monahan is doing great, obviously leading this team in points. He's going to have that 30-goal season? No idea. Michael Backlund, 23 points, -3 though, so that second line is... it's not that bad. He's kind of taken the what's the word? What's the word? I can't figure out the word. I'm terrible at English, okay? It is my first language, but I'm not the smartest. I have a grade 4 reading level. Okay? 23 points -3. He could be doing slightly better, though. Point-wise, he's great. Defensively, that's what he's here for. Okay, Johnny Gaudreau, obviously we talked about him. Elias Lindholm, not too shabby, 18-29, not too bad. Is he a first liner on the squad in the future? No, probably not. Sam Bennett, 16 points. On the second line, he's up to an 80. He's making $2.5 million. Jeez Louise, Calgary, are you guys on drugs? Maybe he'll be worth that contract if he steps up. 9 goals. That's second on our forwards. Okay, Sam Bennett. You come to play hardball. Andrew Mangiapane, 14 points, -2. Not the worst. Jankowski, 9. Tobias Reeder. Milan Lucic, 5 points for $5 million. And then +3. Could be worse. Are you at least fighting? Are you at least fighting? Are you at least fighting? You have 1 fight. Do your job, please. And then Derek Ryan. Not the best. I don't see him on this team for very long. Austin Skrzynek. So, honestly, we're doing better offensively than I had originally thought. I think our defense is... I don't know. Let's see. TJ Brody is leading our defensemen in points. 16-29. Could be worse. Travis Hamonic, 9 + 8. So those two guys are doing really well. Mark Giordano, -7. I think a good idea right now would be to split Mark Giordano and Noah Hanifin because they're both over -6 on that first pairing. Rasmus Anderson's doing really good. Eric Gustafsson is also doing really solid. Maybe we send him up to the first pairing. Not too sure, but Noah Hanifin, both those guys are having a really hard time. How about goaltending? David Rittich has a .921. Now, it is rare for me to see a good goaltending save percentage, but we are also only, 29 games through the season. So I am going to ignore goaltending at this point. But I hope he keeps it up. He's been strong so far. Needs to pick up more wins, though. His team needs to help him. So I think right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch up that first pairing. because we are capable of losing streaks, but we're also first place in the division. I don't want to change it up too much, so I'm going to leave the forwards alone. They seem to be doing pretty solid. For right now, I'm going to go TJ Brodie on that first pairing, help out Mark Giordano. Noah Hannafin is only a top 4 defenseman, so that maybe it helps things out. We got to go TJ Brodie there. Ooh, +3. How's TJ Brodie is leading us in points so far. So I'm going to leave him there. Maybe it evens all these guys out. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. We won't check the entire league stats until, I would say, maybe halfway through the season. So let's go ahead, simulate another month. Let's get through December, see where we're at. We are still capable of a playoff run. First place in the division. We could go on a 5-game losing streak that easily and blow our chances, and we'll just have to climb and climb and climb towards the end of the season. But if we're first place in the division, that puts us in a very good spot for the postseason. Teams, please stop offering me trades. View draft class. Yes, the draft is very important this season. I personally would love to get a lottery pick this year, especially for like Alexis Lafreniere, Jeffrey Woodworth, Quentin Byfield, who all these guys except Woodworth I've never actually used in a franchise mode. Tim Stützle, you got Jamie Drysdale, Marco Rossi. A lot of guys I would love to have on this team. Jake Sanderson, Seth Jarvis. There's so many guys down here. Maybe we pick a Yaroslav Askarov. After that, I'm not too sure. I want a top-tier player this year. Maybe we it's a lot to discuss. I'm going to let my scouts do their job. I know all the players and their potentials for year one, so I'm not worried about the best scouting. Maybe, hopefully, they scout some guys for the depth. So, Juuso Välimäki's hurt until December 12th. Not great, but head coach places player for right now. 2 wins to start the month. That's pretty big. Make that 3 in a row, and then we get shut out by Arizona. So, have we won more than 3 games in a row this season? Ooh, wait. Dylan Dubé is up to a 78 overall. He's having 24 points in 23 games. Having a great year. He probably wasn't ready for his first year in Calgary, so another year here in Stockton. The Stockton Heat having a great year. I hope he keeps that up. Rudzik is up to a 68. Gaudin is up to a 69. Nice. Good. Defensively, Shillington's up to a 78. Good. We're having a lot of growth here in the system. That is really good. Juuso Välimäki is at a 79. Hopefully you stay healthy. Goaltending, they're at the same overalls. Okay. Let's keep it going. We're at 21 wins. Just beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. Still first place in the division. Okay. Keep it going, ladies and gents. No need to... No. Stop off. Why does everybody want Stone? It's not the good Stone. You're looking for Mark Stone. In Las Vegas. 2 losses in a row. 22, 13, and 2. Leave me alone. I don't want Conley. Leave me alone. Ooh, make that 3 losses in a row. Then we beat Minnesota. And then 2 wins in a row. We beat the Edmonton Oilers. Okay, so it's been an iffy month so far. And then we lose. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses in the month. We could have been a bit better there. 24, 15, and 3. We are just over halfway through the season. Edmonton has passed us in points by 1. So it's a fight towards the end of the season. We're still very capable of winning. I'm not too worried about that. Sean Monahan is over a point per game. So it looks like the offense is still doing their job. Let's go ahead and check the entire league stats. I want to see where we're at in every category. So let's go to the entire league. We are currently 7th place in the league. Boston's just having a great year. So just like IRL, they're doing great simulating wise. Okay, so we are currently at 7th. 115 goals against. That I would say that's really low. We're doing pretty solid there. Okay, goals for per game. Goals against per game. Sorry, I'm just like, oh god, 2 points. That's not very good. 2.93 goals for per game. It puts us, I would say, probably somewhere in the middle. Or just under. Yeah. Well, we could be doing worse. Power play is at 16.2%, so maybe we switch that around. Penalty kills, doing great. Not really worried about that. Okay, so power play is the one I wasn't worried about heading into the season. Sean Monahan has grown up to an 89 overall. Maybe he's a future captain. Maybe, you don't know. Let's see, Sean Monahan, 45 points in 42 games. He's really stepping it up in his career so far. He had an 82-point season there. And, actually last year, so hopefully he hits that. Is he going to hit 34 goals? I'm not too sure about that, but he's having a great year nonetheless. Johnny Gaudreau, I'd expect these positions to be switched. Johnny Gaudreau definitely needs to step up. 36 points in 42 games isn't bad. But it's Johnny Gaudreau. It's Johnny frickin' Hockey. You don't just get the nickname Johnny Hockey and not be good at hockey. So you need to step up, sir. Elias Lindholm, 32, not having a bad year. Matthew Tkachuk, 31 points. That's really good. He had 77 last year. He's on pace to maybe just be under that, but I'm not really worried as long as he keeps progressing. Michael Backlund, 27, still a minus Blair. So maybe we... Oh, God. Ugh. After Sean Monahan, our centermen aren't really stepping up. Sam Bennett, though, 13 goals, 21 points. So on the second line, he's really stepping it up. I think he's been a solid fit for that line. For the foreseeable future, I really don't see him being there. But for right now, he's a solid piece to have there. Mangia Payne, 19 points. At a plus minus of a 0. 8 penalty minutes. Really solid. Don't hate him. He could be an 80 overall. He's 23. He's got plenty of time to grow. Jankowski, not a bad fourth line center. Derek Ryan, -4. So our centers are definitely taking... they're not having a good time. And then you got Milan Lucic, 8 points, 4 goals, 4 assists, +2, 11 penalty minutes. Tell me, you've only been in one fight still. Are you kidding me, Milan? You gotta, throw those fists. Why did I just press back? Milan, you gotta throw those fists, man. You gotta throw those fists. Dude, you gotta. What are you doing? Defenseman TJ Brody took a step back a little bit. 22 points in 42 games is still really good. Mark Giordano got a few more points. -10, though. He is having a rough time. If he keeps having such a rough time, he's going to start digressing. He's 36. He doesn't have a lot more time in this league. Going in the playoffs, I like him as a leader. But with these stats, it's not going to help his cause to stay in the league longer. So that contract is going to look worse and worse. Eric Gustafsson, not too shabby. 14 points, +4. 2 penalty minutes. Really good hockey. Noah Hannafin, 11 assists, -4. Could be worse. I like that contract either way. He's going to grow. I'm not really worried. I think just that start of the season with Mark Giordano really hurt him, which is really weird to say. Travis Hamonic, really good hockey. And Rasmus Anderson. So overall, our defensemen are doing really good. I'm just worried about Mark Giordano, really. Goaltending. David Rittich is at a .915 and about a 2.5 goals against. I didn't really talk about Cam Talbot last time. No idea why. 6-3-0, .907. Could be worse. David Rittich is losing a lot of games. A lot of games. Is he the goaltender of the playoffs? Probably, but Cam Talbot, I would like you to step up, please. You know what? It's halfway through the season. Let's go ahead, check the entire league, and then we'll check it again at the end of the season. Okay? That sound nice? Good. Tuukka Rask, 26-4-2, best goaltender in the league by far. 923 and a 223 goals against. Boston is having a phenomenal season. He is definitely the first place. He's the best goaltender right now. Rookie skaters. Who is it? Kirill Kaprizov with 38 points in 41 games. Not as good as he was in our franchise mode, but either way, he's having a great year. Jack Hughes isn't too far behind. Martin Necas, not bad, 30 points. So we got a lot of rookies this year stepping up. Quinn frickin' Hughes, best defenseman in Minnesota, if you know what I mean. Not a bad season for the rookies and defensemen. John Carlson with the most points, 40 in 40 games. Definitely trying to get a Norris. Ryan Ellis not having a bad year, but I would say right now it's probably Carlson, just because of his plus-minus, his low penalty minutes, and how far ahead he is in points. So, yeah, having a good year. And the Art Ross, who is leading the way in that category. Currently, Connor McDavid. I like seeing him at the top of the leaderboards, and Leon Draisaitl. Very realistic. Nathan McKinnon, Mitch Marner, Sidney Crosby, Alexander Barkov, Tyler Seguin. Yep, guys are stepping up. I'm not really surprised to see all these names up here. And most goals in the league right now is currently Connor McDavid, trying to go after his first Rocket Richard trophy. Good for him. Good for him. I want to see it. Mitchell Marner. Nobody calls him Mitchell. Does anybody call him Mitchell except his parents? My God, 44 assists. Great year for Mitch Marner. Mitchell Marner. Okay. So, second place in the division. Still playing good hockey. Let's keep this up. I want to be a playoff team. At this point, if we start losing, I'm not sure we're going to be in the best of spots because you see how terrible the Rangers are, right? We have a lot of catching up to do in both races. So let's go ahead, get to the end of January. Welcome to 2020, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully it doesn't go as bad as the actual 2020. God, 2020's been a rough year, but hey, I upload every single day. Every single day, ladies and gents. Minnesota, big win there, starting the new year off right. Lose to Chicago. Beat Minnesota. Minnesota's trash in this game. Edmonton, 2-1 victory. There we go. Beating the team we racing for first place in the division. Lose to Montreal. Hey, it is what it is. Toronto. Ooh, we have a little Atlantic swing here, and we're at the All-Star break. Hey, EA, you know it'd be nice if you could add the All-Star break to this game. It'd be fun. I'm just saying, I'm just saying. So no, our scouts really aren't doing their jobs. I mean, we know Alexis Lafreniere is a high franchise guy. Jeffrey Woodworth is a high elite. Quentin Byfield, high elite. Tim Stützle is a high elite. So all these guys, you want a piece of them. Drysdale, I know what all these guys are. So maybe we revamp coaching scouts next year. I know what all these guys are like, but down the line, do we have any guys getting scouted right now? I do like this centerman. This isn't an actual guy. I really like what A+ competition. No similar style, but he might be really good for us. 17 years of age centerman. We're kind of looking for fresh centerman prospect. Maybe he's a guy to go with, especially since our pick is probably going to be around there. I do like this Vickers guy. I like a lot of guys here. We do have a goaltender in Tucker Tynan, so I think he's an actual guy. I think he's a starting goaltender. I could be mistaken. I probably am. But let's get back to the simulation. See, that's the thing. I would love to have a high pick in year one. That's what we usually do for all our franchise modes. Minnesota, Columbus, we tank right away. So this is really different. We're competing right out of the gate. TJ Brody's hurt until February 4th. Could be worse. Injured with an injured shoulder. That doesn't sound right. Calgary player TJ Brody has been injured with an injured shoulder. I would word it differently. That sounds really weird. You should never use the same word twice in one sentence. That's just me. Unless, I don't know. Don't ask me English questions. It's hard. Head coach places player. It's not too long. Let's just get to the end of the month here. Okay, keep it going. Ooh, 2 losses in a row there. TJ Brody is our Lord and Savior. He's technically been our best defenseman so far. We'll simulate the TJ Brody's back. Good. Okay, please don't do that again, bud. Don't do it again. Oh, right, we do have Stone. Stone's in our lineup right now. But how is he in those? I was only a few games there. 2 games, plus 4 penalty minutes, 1 assist. Okay, not bad. He's a suitable guy heading to the playoffs. So we accidentally simmed game 1 of February. But overall, could have been worse. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses that month. So just a repeat of what we had last month. So we're keeping pace for what we've done the entire season. 30, 19, and 4. Tied for first in the division. 1 game at hand on the Golden Knights. So the Oilers have definitely fallen off. Okay, how's the Central Division doing so far? Okay. So our division has picked up the pace. So Central definitely had the both wild card positions, and they've definitely faltered. Okay, so the Pacific seems to be the stronger division right now, so the West is up in shambles. The East, Boston is just tearing the league apart. Yeah, it's probably the President's Trophy. Okay, let's go ahead and check the statistics here. Since we're not making any trades, I'm just gonna send through the trade deadline. No need to check the stats at the end of that. And then we'll get to the playoffs, and then, yeah, it is what it is. Currently, Sean Monahan is having a phenomenal year, looking like he'll hit that point-per-game mark again. I really hope he does. 52 and 53. Hopefully he has a good end of the season here. Most penalty minutes he's ever had, though. I'm not worried about that. I'm just saying, please, don't be like that. I'd appreciate it. Johnny Gaudreau, 45, 18 points, 53 games. You got to step up for us, especially when we get to the playoffs. You need to be the X factor. You're a sniper, man. You got to be that guy. Elias Lindholm, 40 points, 53 games. I feel like the balance of our defense is really helping out this team. We're not going to score our way out of trouble. Our defense is just going to have to be really good. Matthew Tkachuk, 40 points. Not having a bad year. Could definitely be worse. Okay, not bad, not bad. Michael Backlund, 35. So, man, maybe we trade him, because 5.5 or 5.3 until he's 35, 36. That's a rough contract to deal with. But for right now, he's our best second-line center we could possibly have. Sam Bennett, what a great year. 28 points, 15 goals. He'll have himself a 20-goal campaign. I'm glad we put him on the second line. I think he was the right guy. Originally, it's Derek Ryan. We had to switch up a lot of things. It was a lot of micromanaging, but I'm glad he's having a good year. I appreciate it. He needs that especially. This is a pivotal point in his career. Mangiapane, not bad. Jankowski, really good. Derek Ryan, gotten slightly better. Points aren't there, but -3 has gotten better defensively a little bit. Tobias Reeder, Milan Lucic, 10 points, +3, 15 penalty minutes. He didn't get in a fight there. You kidding me? You've had one fight this entire season, dude. Milan, what's your fighting at? You got a 90 fighting skill, strength of 94, and you're 90 aggressive. Dude, come on, please. Defenseman. 23 points for TJ Brody, 24 for Mark Giordano. So defensively he's gotten better, and he's putting up the points. A 10-goal season, double-digit, first for a defenseman. So our defensive definitely stepped up. Noah Hannafin. Okay, so that was a great turnaround for him. We definitely needed that. 20 and 53 now. Could probably be a half-point per game defenseman. And now he's at a plus-minus of a 0. A lot of penalty minutes, though. He's young. He'll get over it. But definitely stepping it up. Gustafsson, not bad. Rasmus Anderson, could be worse. Travis Hamonic, really good. So our defensemen are definitely stepping it up, especially Giordano. Needed that from him. Goaltending. So Talbot got better. Rittich got better, or slightly worse, but overall they've been exactly the same. Good. Okay, good. So let's go ahead, simulate through the trade deadline. Actually, let's sim to all the way to the end of the year. I think that's a great idea, unless we start to struggle and I have to micromanage, but let's go ahead and get all the way to the end. Let's actually simulate that last game against Edmonton, because I feel like it and I do what I want. No, we're not making any trades, game. Please don't ask me to do this. No, stop it. Please. Okay, I guess come on. Game, you don't have to be like this. Not right now, please. Don't ask me questions. Don't even offer me a trade. I swear to God, I'll block you. Yzerman, don't send me a call. I swear to God. I know you try to scam every team in the league, and you do it each and every single time. 32 wins, 20 losses. Justin Kirkland in the AHL has been hurt. Not really worried about that. Kind of a nobody. No offense, Kirkland. No offense. That is a name of a city or a really small town in Ontario. It was like an 8-hour drive for me. I went to this hockey tournament where I watched hockey. I don't play hockey because I can't skate. Fun times. I have the ankles of... I have paper-thin ankles. If I step on a sidewalk wrong, I'll break both my legs into a billion pieces. That is what it is sometimes, right? Okay, 2 wins in a row here, picking up the points. Carl Dahlstrom on waivers. I should have turned off waivers too. Meh. Not a bad guy, but I'm not gonna take him. It would ruin the point of no. I should turn waivers off. It's whatever. It wouldn't wreck the league too much. You're not gonna see like a Sidney Crosby on waivers. Could you imagine? Man, come on, Pittsburgh, do it, cowards. Oh my God, we're about to face the dumpster fire Detroit Red Wings. We're about to face them. Can we beat them? Yes, we do. Dumpster fire Detroit. And okay, we're picking up the lot. Boston just obliterated us there. Okay, Yusuf Valimaki has been hurt until March 8th. Okay, head coach places player. He should be back to start the month. That isn't good to see. I don't like my young guys getting hurt. Almost at 40 wins here. Let's get it. 3-2 overtime win against Columbus. Make that. Come on, make it 40. Make it. Oh, boo. Arizona, nobody watches your games. But Taylor Hall is going to get you the first overall pick, though. Good news. Dylan Dubé is at an 80 overall. He's going to be an NHL player next year. I said 1 more year. You'll be 22 to start next season. Dylan Dubé's the man. I friggin' love him. How is he doing? Point-wise. Ooh, 59-54? Yes. Yes, yes, sir. That is huge for us. That is really big. Valimaki, welcome back to the squad. Hasn't grown, but that is expected. He's having a really good season. 32 points. Yeah, having a really good run in the AHL. How about goaltending-wise? Nope. Goaltending. Gillies is up to a 78. 920 in the AHL. It is the AHL, so it'll simulate differently, but both goaltenders right here are doing really good work. So we do have an option heading into the playoffs. If John Gillies needs to step up, we have a guy there. So let's keep the wins rolling, and we hit 40, 24, and 6. We are first place in our division. Can we hold on going towards the end of the season? So it's win-loss right now. Let's keep the winning ways going. I would like to secure first place in the division. Draft class, have we gotten any news on any of these guys? We know what the top guys in the league are right now. Lexus, Jeffrey Woodworth, Quinn Byfield. I'm not worried. I know what they're doing. I know what they are. Not like we're going to have a chance to get any of them. Ooh. Travis Potter. Hello, sir. My scouts did something good. 18-year-old power forward. Right winger is exactly what we need. We're very low on right wingers. Ooh, 5-year ETA, though. That means he's probably a 50 overall. But getting that into our system would automatically get us into a better position. I like that. I also like... Oh, Cross Henna. He's not very good, probably. He's a real guy. I've never really heard of him. We got this Vyacheslav Kondratyev. I think he's going to be good. For the first round, I think he's going to be really good. I think all these guys going in the first round this year are going to be really solid, especially the Russians, because you don't ever go wrong with a Russian. Okay. We're almost at the end of the season here. 43 wins, and the... Uh-oh. Please don't break now, game. Game. Uh-oh. Okay. I thought it broke. You can't do that to me, game. Not right now. What the... What? Oh my God. Seriously, you can't do that game to me. I thought I was having a stroke. You can't do that. Oh my God, I would have had a stroke there. That was a good month, though. 47 wins. We're almost a 50-win team. Especially if I made moves, we would have been better. But just goes to show you, this team could have been either which way. So we're playing in Edmonton in our 82nd game of the year. Ooh, Sean Monahan is going to have a 3-point game. 101 points. That's first place in the division. Second in the West. And looks like the Boston Bruins are going to... Ooh. Maple Leafs are first place in the league. Every prediction I've had for the season so far has been womp womp. So let's go ahead into the last game of the season. Looks like we've basically clinched first place in division. I actually didn't check how many points Edmonton had. Whatever. First period. 1-0. Anathasiu scores the first goal really early on David Rittich. 8 shots to 12 in our favor. Second period. Let's go. Okay. James Neal gets the second goal for Edmonton early into the period, so David Rittich, please don't tell me you're a bad goaltender early. Please don't. Please don't. Matthew Tkachuk cuts that lead in half. Shots are pretty even. Let's go. Let's see if we can cap off this season with win 48, but Ryan Nugent-Hopkins gets a 3-1 goal for Edmonton. They have a 5-on-3 power play. This one's basically over. Are we the comeback kids? Nope. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, I can't say his name. My God, I'm struggling. Yamamoto, wow, this game's been bad. I'm just going to go ahead and press that. Rough game to end the season. Hopefully that isn't a sign of things to come, but you know what? That was a great season. Overall, we did all we could. We maximized our lines. We did all we really could. First place in the Pacific. Didn't expect that going into the season. Golden Knights, Oilers. And then it looks like, okay, looks like we're going to be having a fun time. Let's go ahead, check out these stats for the end of the year. Sean Monahan with a really good season. 2 good years in a row for him. Maybe he's a future captain. He's at 90 overall, already better than Johnny Gaudreau. Johnny Gaudreau is basically capped out at 26 years of age, only less than a year of growth. Sean Monahan has 2 more years, 1 more year to grow. 78 points. He's definitely hitting a high point in his career. Only 22 goals this season, but he was a leader for this squad. I'll have to take that into account. Johnny Gaudreau with 70 points. I'm not going to take anything away from him, but it looks like our offense definitely dipped down, or just in general for Johnny Gaudreau. That's one of third worst season. But yeah, it could have been worse. He had a 32 goal season. I'm not really upset. I expect him to be a playoff machine for us, or we have a problem. Matthew Tkachuk did have a dip from last year, but that's expected. 65 points, 29 goals. Really good campaign, though. This is 2020 is already his 4th year in the league. Seriously? That makes me feel old. Mikhail Backlund, 62 points. So for the 4 points, he did really well. -1, he got better towards the end of the season. I really appreciate that. Elias Lindholm, 60 points, 26 goals. We've got a lot of 20-goal scorers on this squad. That's really surprising. I didn't expect that. I thought it would be a hard time for us to get points. But it looks like our depth did really solid, which is really weird. I think it was a coach. Sam Bennett, 46 points, 24-goal campaign, almost 25, 81 overall. I think we did the right thing with him. A former 4th overall pick. I want to get him to the line. I want to get him into the limelight. I want to give him that opportunity, and he succeeded. Mangiapane, really good season. Derek Ryan did turn it around in the same sense Mikhail Backlund did. 25 points, not the worst season on the third line. Defensively, could have been better throughout the year, but towards the end of the year, he did well. Mark Jankowski, +6, 24 points. As a 4th line center going forward, I really like this kid. He hasn't been disappointing all year. Kazurnik, 22 points, -7. Maybe we call up Dylan Dubé for the playoffs? I think that might be the smartest option. I'll have to look into that. Tobias Reeder, oh yeah, that 3rd, 4th line took a hit, except for Jankowski. Milan Lucic, though. I will trade that contract the first chance I get, or buy him out, or something. But he had a really good season, 19 penalty minutes. Did he get into any more fights? He had 1 fight the entire season. Are you telling me he only had 19 penalty minutes? But he was playing 4th line minutes. But how does that make any sense? Tell me. Defensively, what's poppin'? 42 points for Noah Hanifin. Okay, Noah Hanifin steps up. Noah Hanifin steps the hell up. I appreciate it, Noah. I didn't expect that. Starting the season, him and Mark Giordano weren't the guys that I thought were going to... starting the season before we simulated, I expected them to be the top of the boards. But halfway through the season, I'm like, they have a lot of catching up to do. But to end the year, Noah Hanifin, I said he can probably be a half-point per game defenseman. He did. He's going to be our cornerstone for a very long time. Future captain? Maybe. Never know. Mark Giordano, defensively, he crapped the bed towards the end of the year. 38 points, though, 13 goals. We need him to be good in the postseason. These minus stats aren't going to help him stay at an 86 overall. Age is just going to catch up to him really quickly. This offseason, it will. TJ Brodie, 33 points. He led this team the majority of the season in points. Really good year for him. How many years left on the... Oh, it's a contract year. Yippee. We have a lot of contract extensions at the end of the year. Lovely. Eric Gustafsson, also a contract year, 31 points. Really good work. Our defense was really good all around. They put up really decent points. Rasmus Andersson, is he going to grow? I don't know. He might just be one of those defensemen that we'll just have to move for cap sakes, because after this year he's making like $4 million, which I really don't want to pay for an 81 overall defenseman. Travis Hamonic, not a bad year. Good. Defensively or goaltending-wise. So Cam Talbot got really good towards the end of the year. Almost a 920, 2.5 goals against. 35 wins for David Rittich. A lot of losses, though. He picked up an incredible amount of losses. Can't blame him for that, though. 910 and a 277 goals against. Could have been worse. I've seen worse. I have. Let's go to the entire league, see the end-of-year stats, see who's taking home some awards. The best goaltender in the league, I would say it's going to Tuukka, just because of the amount of wins. He actually breaks Martin Brodeurs' wins in a season with 49. Frederik Andersen. 40, 15, and 3, and 917, and a 251 goals against. You know what? I lied. Yeah, he does have 9 less wins, but those save percentages, or those goaltending stats definitely help him out. It's going to him. I'm going to say it right now. Rookie skaters, best in the league. Kirill Kaprizov, 43 goal campaign, 81 points. Absolute beauty. Defenseman, my God. John Carlson is going to take home the Norris. He might even take it IRL. Did they vote on? No, have they announced the NHL Awards IRL? I don't think they have, but he's definitely up there, and he's going to win it in this game for sure. Morgan Riley might be in the running, though, but that amount of point total, maybe. I think he's the runner-up. And the Art Ross, who's taking it home this year? Steven Stamkos. You know, I'm going to say it right now. I think Steven Stamkos is underrated. I think because he gets hurt so much, he's so underrated. People forget he had a 60-goal campaign. He was the last guy to score 60 goals in the NHL. He's an absolute monster. I love him. He's probably my favorite Tampa Bay Lightning. I love Steven Stamkos. One of the best players in the NHL today. Nathan MacKinnon, same boat. 113. 113. A lot of 100-point scores. McDavid did falter towards the end of the season. 103 points. Can't be that disappointed, though. Most goals in the league this year. The Rocket is going to go to Nathan MacKinnon. Might even be taking home the MVP IRL. He might even take it in this game, too. Steven Stamkos with 52. Connor McDavid with 51. Most assists goes to Mitchell Marner. Martin's Barn, 87. Good for you. Okay. So, a really good season. It could have gone either way, I said. But we finished with 101 points, 47 wins, under 30 regulation losses, 250 goals for. Who was the worst team in the league this year? The Los Angeles Kings, Ottawa Senators, New Jersey Devils, Anaheim, Detroit. So it's realistic, but I expect flip Detroit and LA, and it makes more sense. But the bottom looks pretty realistic, but it is a game. You will never get it perfect. In the first round, we will be taking on... Year 1, we're in the playoffs. Crazy, right? We will be facing the San Jose Sharks. Okay, that's going to be a tough series. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.